Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sports Doctor's Inn. My name is Earl Rush, and along with my good friend Larry Abels, we will be hosting the show today. Larry, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm fine, sports doctor. Thanks for having me.
Okay. All right. It's Saturday, summer day. We got a lot to take care of as far as our social life, so we're going to get straight to the podcast for today. Let's start off with the NBA draft that took place the last 2 days. For your knowledge, who do you think got the best grades from
Well,
the
it's kind
draft?
of interesting. With respect to the draft, this is supposed to be a weak draft, and I have to say I don't know a whole lot of these players. But the two guys that went 1 and 2 seem certainly intriguing. They're both guys are from France. One 6'10", one 7 feet. Looking at them, they seem to be very agile. They seem to be good defenders, and if they can shoot a little bit, maybe Washington and Atlanta might have really pulled off the trade. Then there's other people like the Lakers picked up the guy Connect that they needed a shooter, and they picked up a shooter that he might fit in well with their team. He's 23 years old, so he's not a 19-year-old. He's got a bigger body, more physically mature. And I'm kind of interested in the how the guy from Connecticut, I can't remember the guy's name. Sorry about that. The big man from Connecticut, he seems pretty good. As well as I'm curious about how the big guy from Purdue is going to do. Edley, I think he went to Memphis, and since they have a pretty decent squad there, he might be able to at least give him some minutes off the bench.
Okay, all right. I thought, I think, oh yeah, San Antonio made a mistake to me. They they had a draft Dillingham. Now I don't know that much about him, but I went back and did some research on the gentleman, and he's an awesome guy. He would have gone great with the big man from San Antonio. I don't know why they let that pick get away to Minnesota, and just makes Minnesota that much stronger and adds depth to their team, to their bench. And this guy's a killer, man. This guy's a killer. He's quick as a cat. That's what Minnesota needed. I mean, Conley is doing a great job for Minnesota, and he adds some, he's mature and he adds some stability to their lineup. But this guy that they got, Dillingham, is out of control, and Minnesota is going to be a problem next year for sure. Hello, Phyllis. How are you? Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, Phyllis, how you doing today?
Hey.
Well, you're
Yeah.
raising a good point. You're raising a good point because I saw that they just extended point guard up in Minnesota's contract for a couple of more years, but it's nice to have a change of pace, and it's good to have a young guy that can come in without the pressure because they have such a deep team. He'll probably have a good chance to grow and fit in well there.
I'm not sure why. I don't know. I guess I didn't follow the college as much as I thought I did. I'm not sure that I was not too aware of this guy. I've seen film of this guy. This guy is a flat out beast. He he's just as quick as De'Aaron Fox is. He's just as quick as De'Aaron Fox is.
So
That's a problem.
let me ask you a question. What about the guy Philip Kowski? I don't want to butcher his name, but Flip from Duke falling to the second round. A lot of people thought he would be one of the top picks, at least in the first 10 or 15. Were you kind of surprised he fit that far?
He should have been in. He should have been in the first top 15 as far as talent wise. I don't know. People are strange, man. You know why they say he fell down, right?
I heard something about his girlfriend and he's being
Yeah, I mean,
estranged.
that's just ridiculous. His girlfriend, he's dealing with an older lady. They say that he's made him not deal with his parents, his family, they're wondering about his decision making and all that. I think I'm not understanding the thinking because if you felt that much about him, why would he get drafted in the second round? You definitely draft him in the first or second round if you think he has mental abilities. I mean, mental.
Well, usually first round people get no cut contracts. So second round, you have a little more flexibility and they don't make as much money. But my thing is, why does that even come up?
I mean, he's not the first person to date an older woman before.
Yeah, I'm wondering why that even comes up and why that's an issue. My thing is, can he play? Because he seemed like he was a decent player.
No, this gentleman can play. He can play very well. I hate anybody that has anything to do with Duke, but this guy can flat out play. Yeah. I mean, it's at different times, but he's better than what Leighton was. And Leighton was the talk of the country. But we're talking about years and years ago, so it's a completely different thing. I'm just saying, but Filipowski has talent and he can play, and I don't think his older girlfriend should come into play. But I don't own a team. I can't tell an owner what to do with their money. And if all the other 32 teams thought that he was too dangerous to draft because his girlfriend was older than him, that's what they thought. I'm just trying to figure out why would the team turn around and pick him early in the second round? What difference does a round have to do? You say, okay, one's guaranteed, one's not. Okay.
Yeah, that's a financial thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm still wondering what difference the girlfriend makes, but okay.
Well, there's nothing wrong with dating an older lady.
Yeah.
But I don't think you let anyone influence you to not deal with your family. So
I just don't see why that's a work issue.
Well, it's just like you said, they drafted in the second round for the first round. Because if they come up and find out he's crazy, they don't have to pay him carry any money.
Okay.
You don't not deal with your family because your girlfriend tells you not to. That's a huge crimson red flag.
I'm just trying to figure out how did all that get out. I saw some posting by his brother, and then it makes me wonder about his family. Why would your family hurt you? There's Lauren Lassiter chiming in.
Hey, Lauren. How you doing, huh? That situation is very sticky. Whatever. I don't know, Lauren. It's just something's not right if everything everyone's saying is going on. You don't leave your family because your girlfriend says that. You just don't do that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I still wonder how this became a workplace issue. That's I'll take.
Okay. Families make it seem like it's a grooming situation that she was.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Well, they're both of age now, right? What do you want me to do? I don't know. Is he still under 21?
He might be, but why is his family is hurting him by putting this type of information out? That's the thing that's crazy to me.
They don't care about that. They just care about their son, I guess.
Or the girlfriend and the family may be concerned about the money he might make.
Well,
I don't know. Lauren is right. It's a weird situation.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. Enough about him anyway. I was definitely going to bring that up though, Larry. Like, this guy actually can play. He can shoot. He's a big man. He can grab some rebound blocks. He's a legitimate big man. You don't have a lot of legitimate. He's a legitimate big man and he's multi-talented. And so you don't usually have a lot of those guys out here in the NBA anymore. Everybody wants to be like Steph Curry or whatever. Nobody wants to go into the basket and get the rebounds and do the dirty work. But this guy will do it. And he can score from that perimeter. He can stretch. He can do everything. So
yeah, I'm still wondering how that get part of the job interview. So
I wonder that as well, seeing that he's only just wants somebody that's gonna go out there and play. They don't really care about the players, really. So
and normally if people could play well, people tend to overlook some of their shortcomings,
well,
especially.
some things you can't overlook. If as look, if I'm getting ready to draft somebody, I want to know everything about it. I'm going to spend a whole lot of money. I want to know about it. Now, if this guy tells me his girlfriend is 6 years older than him, and because of his girlfriend, he doesn't associate with his family, that's a red flag for me. I'm just going
But
to say,
where are you going to get that information?
doesn't matter where. I guess you would get it from them. But to me, to answer your question, I guess you got that information from his family.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. That's what I wonder.
Okay. Yeah. So, does it matter where we got it from? Are you saying there's a possibility his family is what? Not credible their testimony, or what?
I really don't have the information, but I always wonder about the motive. On the surface, to me, one possible scenario, again, not that I'm saying this is it. The girlfriend may be interested in his money. That might be what the family's worried about. And the family might be interested in his money too, thinking someone's going to take advantage of him because he's naive. So I wonder if either side or both sides may actually have his interest at heart, or both sides may have their interests up front. Really don't know.
Well,
but if he plays well enough, I would draft him.
First things first, it's a beautiful day, and I do, Larry does as well, appreciate everyone who's tuned in this morning. And I am the host, and I apologize that we have spent 12 minutes on this situation because it's really none of my damn business. And I don't have all the answers, like you said. But the questions that you bring up are all legitimate questions that someone would ask.
Yeah.
But bottom line is,
I mean, you're raising a good point because and they could have found out a lot of ways. Because I just thought about when I used to hire people, I would check their social media accounts to see what type of things they were posting.
Of course,
he could have very well posted that on his social media. He could have found out.
Yeah, well, it's all good. I wish the gentleman good luck. Jokic came out in the second round, and he was the greatest pick he ever got out of the second round. So things happen. Things happen. So we move on. So speaking of free agents and speculation, where do you think will be the best fit for Paul George? We're going to talk about the top free agents. So about the first top 10. I can't go over all the free agents eligible, but where do you think would be the best fit for Paul George?
The best fit? Wow. I would probably. Well, I mean, Philadelphia needs another player, and he seems to be a pretty type of plug-in player that you can plug in and play everywhere. His whole thing is staying healthy. So when I think of Philadelphia, his health and B's health always raises a flag for me. But Philadelphia seems like it would be a nice home, and right where he is at the Clippers seems like that's a good fit for him. I don't know if he'll stay there.
Okay. There's speculation that Paul George might possibly go to the Warriors. Would that Philadelphia still be your best fit for Paul George, or would the Warriors be your best fit for Paul George?
I'm curious as how he's going to get to the Warriors because I know they have salary cap issues already, and I'm sure he's not going to be looking to get a lower contract unless the Warriors move somebody else that they've got in one of the other big money stars. But I still think the Clippers where he is probably the best place for him. Tell you the truth.
I think it'd be interesting if he was in Golden State. I don't think the Clippers is good for Paul George. I just don't. The Clippers are the Clippers to me, man. It's always something wrong. Have they ever been to an Eastern? Have they ever been to a final?
Probably not.
But
they have a lot of talent.
I would try my luck going to the Warriors with him.
Well, if they work the salary cap out, I just can't see him fit in there with the money that they're already paying out.
They can get him. They're going to deplete their whole squad, basically. But they
Well,
can
and when you think about it, now that I say that, they're getting ready to probably let Klay Thompson go. They're probably going to let Chris Paul go. So that might do it.
Yeah.
Just getting rid of those 2 contracts might do it.
So, we'll see.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I have to go along with the sports doctor on that.
Do you think Maxey should stay where he is, or
The Philadelphia?
or try the market?
I'm thinking Philadelphia likely will pay him, and if he's a good fit there, he fits in the town, he plays well with Embiid. I see him staying in Philadelphia.
Do you think LeBron James is going to re-sign with the Lakers?
Absolutely. And the fact that they drafted his son is probably making that even more so.
Okay. Which do you think would be the best fit for DeMar DeRozan to land?
He's the type of guy that, he could also go to Philadelphia too. They could always use another shooter there. I'm trying to think of any place else. I'm gonna say Philadelphia. I think they need another fire. If they don't get Paul George, he might be another guy that can score. Los Angeles Lakers probably could use him.
Okay.
What do you think?
Do you think on paper this guy has always come through and produced very well? I've never liked DeMar DeRozan. I never understood what all the hubbub was about. But everyone else loves him. But because I don't know what everyone's excited about him, I can't make a judgment because I haven't really paid attention to him one way or the other. So I can't make an educated guess on that. But everyone speaks highly of him. Why do you think I don't dig him so much? Because he ain't dunking on somebody all the time or what?
He's more of a mid-range type shooter. Yeah, he's not a highlight films guy. Another team that he might fit well in would be Miami. They seem to, they have a veteran squad. He can go there. Yeah. Consistent shooting. He's a consistent shooter.
Do you think anyone will offer making? Do you think there are any takers out there for James Harden?
Wow, he's that's a tough question.
He's an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, I know he's 34 years old too, and he's had such a interesting career. He's kind of the unstableness of his career. A lot of it seems to be his doing. Like he likes to leave, so I'd be very leery of him if I was a GM. So, do I think anyone will take a shot at him? I'm sure someone probably will. I just don't know who.
Okay,
but I would be leery of him.
All right. So Kyrie's a unrestricted free agent as well.
I hadn't heard he was. I'm not sure. But if he is,
he is.
Okay.
Yeah. Every name I'm telling you, I'm naming off.
Okay. I thought you were asking me. Did I know if he was?
I'm asking whether you think they would land or somebody they give me an offer.
He's going to stay in Dallas. That's a good fit for him.
So, what do you think about the possibility of the Lakers guard? Warriors guard going to Dallas.
Klay Thompson?
Yes.
I don't see him in Dallas. I'm not even sure where he's going to have a home. I think he's a decent player. Again, team like
that was Woodson.
That just seems like a strange fit to me. They have Luka and Kyrie Irving. I can't see going to him.
I don't know why you can't see that when they still needed more people to score. Nobody but Luka even scored in the playoffs. So you can always use another shooter.
Well, you're talking about the finals because Kyrie certainly scored most of the playoffs. He did score. Okay. No, I think he had a bad series, but I'm not going to get rid of him because of that. So if you're thinking about adding Klay Thompson, I don't know. Again, that might work. I just look at him being a guard. Maybe they'll put him at the three. If I'm having two guards, it's going to be Luka and Kyrie. If I'm Dallas, that would be my preference. Again, he's another guy that could go someplace like Miami that has seemed to fit veterans in very well, and they could use another shooter. I don't think he's a defensive player he was at one time.
The majority of people are saying that he's going to go to Dallas.
That's interesting.
Which I think is a great fit. They need scoring. They need someone. You gotta have two options at least. Kyrie lunches out like he did in the finals. He'll be able to pick them up. I'm not turning down Thompson, Klay Thompson. I'm not. I just think
I remember you think highly of him.
The guy can shoot, man, and I understand what you're saying. You're not gonna pay nobody for what they've done. You want to pay somebody for what they will do. But think about this.
I had thought about Orlando.
Everybody that he's come along with has got an extension except for him. Are you kidding me? You extend Jordan Poole, psycho. You extend Draymond Green, psycho. You extend. What's the other boy's name that LeBron didn't like anyway? What was the other guy for the Lakers?
Wiggins.
Extend him. He played like complete crap last year. So, but you're not going to extend Klay Thompson. I don't understand that. Am I making any sense at all? No.
I understand it. They moved on from him right before our eyes last year. They had the other guy with the Polish name. He was playing in his place. They made that decision. Lauren has a question for us. Klay and Orlando. I hadn't thought about that. They could probably use another scorer. I guess a lot of teams probably could use him if his shooting is teams that need another scorer that because he can shoot very well. I don't think he's a defensive player that he used to be though, and that's one of his strongest points to me in the past.
Lauren, I don't think anybody's going to Orlando. Who wants to go to Orlando?
Well, it depends on what y'all.
I don't mean to offend anybody who watches the show or anybody that I know from Orlando, but why are they going there? I mean, I would imagine that he wants to go on a winning team. Now, Orlando, they
actually had a decent season this year.
Yeah, they did. But what are your chances of winning something big on Orlando's team right now?
Why don't you think? What if Orlando offers them money that nobody else has offered them?
Definitely.
Because what his motivation was.
Well, why would someone give him a whole lot of money?
Oh, that's my argument. You think he should be paid?
Okay, you guys think Klay would be successful? No. All right.
And Sharice thinks highly of him. Sharice,
I'm sure Sharice does, and Lauren as well.
How you doing, Sharice?
Okay. All right. So here we go. So, Fred Van Vliet.
Yeah, wasn't he in Houston or someplace?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Is this thing up to date? Is this list up to date or what? This says Fred Van Vliet, Toronto. He don't play for Toronto. He plays for Houston.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris Middleton. Does anybody want him?
I'm seeing him staying in Milwaukee. I can't see him moving that much.
Okay. All right. Have you done any research about the Wizards draft picks? Larry, besides Zars, do you know about the other two picks that they got in the first round?
Um, I what was interesting, the answer is really no. I don't really know them that well. But what was interesting, it's a guy from USC that went um after the Wizards pick. I guess he's the guy that actually started for USC, and they thought he was a great player. And a lot of people seem to think he was going to go higher, but I guess he was kind of erratic. He was a freshman. But there's been a lot of talk that they blew it by not going for this guy from USC at the 26th rounds. And so I don't really know the guy that they picked at 26. So I have to back off. But I've been hearing a lot of chatter that this guy at USC was supposed to be a good guy, and Washington could have probably stolen him.
Well, supposedly the guy they got named Carrington can shoot.
But he was he went, that was a number 11 pick, right? Or number, yeah, that's the one they got in the trade.
So who was the guy they got 26?
I can't remember his name. That's how bad it is.
So they got an A rating. Their draft pick got an A rating. The Wizards. I don't think they've ever had an A grade rating in 68 years.
I don't know. They drafted John Wall number 1. He worked out pretty well when they picked him number 1.
I don't think that was an A grade.
He was rookie of the year, and nobody was better than him in that draft.
When they drafted him, I don't think he was an A grade. Could have been.
Yeah. Kwame Brown was a little different story.
What can you say about the red? Okay, so
let me ask you a question. The New York Knicks traded 5 number 1 draft choices for Mikal Bridges to the Nets. Did that strike you as a little odd? I mean, on the surface, that seems like you're trading for Kevin Durant or somebody like that, where you're going to give up 5 number 1 picks.
Doesn't strike me as odd because ever since they gave all those picks away for Rudy Gobert, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. Doesn't matter that these guys are just crazy. No, it doesn't surprise me because since I saw that trade, anything can happen.
That was strange to me. I would even raise my eyebrows if they gave up 3 number 1 picks for him. That would made me raise my eyebrows. But 5, I guess it kind of shows me that people don't value draft picks as much.
I mean, I am a sports sucker, but I sometimes wonder about what I know because they're talking about this guy that they gave those 5 picks for. Like he's one of the top 10 players in the league. That's why they talk about him on in the media. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I never paid attention to him because he was playing with the Nets, which I didn't see a lot of coverage of. Or the team he was. Who was he with before then? He was somebody else before the Nets.
Yeah, he was with Phoenix. He was with Phoenix.
They talk like this guy is he's the reason why the odds went up of the Knicks' chances of winning, and I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding it. They're making the Knicks got this guy. Oh, they definitely are in blue skies and orange, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I think that he can certainly help them. When it's funny because when he got a chance to really, when he was in Phoenix, he was certainly behind other people scoring and everything. He was somewhat of an afterthought, more like a 3rd or 4th player on the squad, which he might be on New York too. When he went to the Nets, he had a little more chance to shine. So I think that they think they can help them be more competitive with Boston, and that's probably right. So maybe to them, they thought it was worth the risk, but 5 number 1 picks really seemed like they might have overpaid for them.
No, it wasn't 5 number 1, 5 number 2.
Oh, I thought it was 5 first-round picks.
Well, no, he giving this guy. I need to check that.
You need to check? I think it was 5 first-round picks.
No. They're not giving
I'll check it out.
Please check that. Not 5 number 5 number 1s?
Yes, that's throwing me.
You might be right, though. check that one.
I'm looking right now. We'll see.
Wow.
They're just the article I saw is just telling why it's a good move for the Knicks. It's probably a New York article.
It might be. You might be. I'm curious to see that. If that's the case, that even makes my case of what I'm trying to say. Why are they giving all this up for this guy?
So what's the next issue? And I'll look it up as we talk.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Who's next? Well, we know Draymond Green. Now we covered all the top 10, and
Okay.
Pascal was Siakam was one of them, but he's I think he signed.
Yeah, he just signed an extension. So, according to NBA.com, New York will send Bojan Bogdanovic and 5 first-round draft picks to Brooklyn in exchange for Mikal Bridges.
Wow.
So they forgot they traded a forward that was a shooter for them too.
Wow.
So now you're a little surprised by it, right?
I'm not surprised. They gave 4 first-round picks for Gobert. What could surprise you any more than that?
Yeah, I guess teams don't really value draft picks.
Well, it's the way, again, what I've been saying, how everyone's talking about this gentleman, saying he's so great, da 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 da. You trade for something that you know is good. You don't know what the draft pick might be. So.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to win now. I get that. I mean, he averaged like 19 points a game, something
now,
like
let's
that.
not forget they still have about 9. I don't even know how they accumulate all these picks. They have about 9 left or 5 left. First
They
round
got
draft.
I think they got a bunch when didn't they trade Durant or something to this has been all these trades going on.
No, the Knicks
Oh, you mean the Knicks have that many left?
Yeah, they still have a lot left. They had like 14, either 14 or 9 first round draft picks.
That's a lot. Somebody else you need to ask me about?
No.
That's right. You said stack him, but he's re-signing with Indiana. He got a nice bag.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts about the Lakers signing LeBron, son?
You know, I guess I really wish LeBron's son well. You know, I look at the big picture. I'm happy he's getting a chance. Certainly, he's benefited by being LeBron James' son, no doubt about that. If they want to do that, that's fine. I just hope his son does okay. You know, he had the heart problems, and I hope that doesn't come back and bite him.
Yeah, that's about it. All right, well, we pretty much wrapped up. Anything you want to go over, Larry, that I might have left it out or not brought up?
No, man, this is cool, man.
Good.
Nice half-hour show.
Okay. All right. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Larry, well, thank you for tuning in and showing up. I know you got a lot of things you got to do, a lot of picnics, a lot of bazaars. And
I'm never too busy to, get together and chat sports with you.
All right. Good stuff. We're going to let you go now. And thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next Real Fellas. No, I'm sorry, the next Sports Talk event. Real Fellas Talk Sports will be on vacation until September. So, hope everybody has a good summer. And Larry and I will be coming back with a couple of sports doctors in shows. We'll let you know before the summer's over. So, hope everyone has a great day. And Larry, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care, everyone.
I can't see.